Hey, what's up, guys? Back here to the channel, here to recap these last Division Series games. Each series has now played 2 games, so I figure I'll recap it now to this point before the 2 American League teams will play tomorrow for their Game 3s. Wasn't able to do a video the last couple days. Thursday night, I was actually out playing ball for a game out in Goodyear, Arizona. And then yesterday, I actually got a flu shot for the first time ever in my life, and just was kind of I was actually barely able to stay awake to watch some of these games, so just was definitely not up to doing a video, but that's neither here nor there. So with that, without further ado, let's kind of get started. So we'll just kind of just go down each one. So we'll talk about the White Sox and the Astros first. Obviously, the Astros are up 2 games to none. On Thursday, they won 6-1. Jordan Alvarez had couple RBIs. He had a double and a homer. To be honest, it was kind of a. I didn't really get to watch this game. I had to record it, and then I watched it Thursday night when I came home, and I think I got through maybe the fifth or sixth inning, and it just got really late. I don't even think it was the sixth inning, maybe the fifth inning or something. So typical Astros win. Lance McCullers was on top of his game. Michael Brantley with a couple RBIs. In that game as well too. So Astros just kind of getting it done. They're just I got to watch more of game 2, and the Astros, man, it's just station to station with those guys, with the middle of that lineup. Bregman, Correa, Brantley, Jordan, Tucker. I mean, it's just like line drives, doubles. Maybe a guy will hit a bomb every once in a while. It's just station to station with those guys, man. It's just a powerful lineup. I personally, just like everybody else on this planet right now, I do not like the Astros. I do not want to see the Astros anywhere near the World Series. I actually really pulling for the Sox. I still believe in this team. So, I just, and with yesterday's game, I was able to watch that one a little bit more in depth, like I said. The 5-run seventh inning, I think definitely killed it in when Kyle Tucker hits that home run with 2 outs. That changes everything, obviously, because instead of it being 9-4, it would have only been 7-4, and had it gone to 7-4 in the ninth inning, that might have changed some things because you had 2 runners on. I think Luis Robert hit into a ground out or something, moved the runners over. Abreu strikes out, and I just was thinking the mentality of it being 7-4 for the White Sox in that last inning just changes thing. I know it doesn't matter if Abreu or Yasmani Grandal hits a 3-run home run. It's only it doesn't give them the lead. That didn't happen anyways, but just the mentality of it from a player's standpoint. Okay, we're only chasing 3 runs instead of 5. Because I think if it's a 9-4 deficit, it's like, all right, let's just get. I mean, nobody's going to say this on the Chicago team, but all right, let's just get back to Chicago with Dylan Cease on the mound. This game's a wash. Blah blah blah. But no, when it's still within that reach, when it's still within that slam range, which it would have been if it would have been 7-4 instead of 9-4, and I think the Kyle Tucker home run with 2 outs is just that was just a blow to the gut right there. So I still believe in the White Sox. Realistically, if I had to put money on it, yeah, Houston's either going to take it in 3 or 4. But I think with Dylan Cease, I think it's going to definitely go 4. It's going to be really hard for Chicago just to come back and win the next 3 games, especially going back to Houston for Game 5. So they definitely have an uphill battle to climb. So I know La Russa has been in worse situations, though, as a manager, so we'll see what happens. Red Sox Rays, Game 1. I didn't get to watch that game. I was driving out to Goodyear at that time. That game just kind of, and I didn't get a chance to rewatch it either. That game just seemed like it was a Randy Arozarena show. Hits a homer, steals home, typical Tampa win. Typical Tampa win as far as using their bullpen, decent starter. Let's see. McClanahan, obviously was just good, and Tampa uses their bullpen, whatnot, and Yeah, it was just a typical Tampa win from at least from what I was kind of hearing over the radio because I was listening over the radio. Um, Game two last night. I was kind of dozing off in this game a little bit just because I was tired from the shot a little bit, and then I went to go get some dinner. I came back, and this game was pretty much out of reach. It seemed like by the time I was coming back home, 14-6, Boston wins. The JD Martinez home run made all the difference. Well, not all the difference, but you know, big three-run home run. Even though it's in their own stadium, it just kind of seemed like it was kind of like a you know Tampa just kind of it was like word just kind of all got away, and it just really feels like, man, after watching that game and listening to that game and just getting the vibe, Devers hits a home run and they just start scoring like crazy. They start feeling good. Man, I've in my lifetime I've seen Boston win three World Series, oh 04, no, sorry, four World Series, oh 04, oh 07, 13 and 18. And it just, I don't know, something about this Boston team actually after they beat New York the other night. It just gives me a really sick feeling to my stomach. I don't know what it is. This Boston team, I feel like they've got something to prove. I could be wrong. You're gonna go back to Boston. Series is tied. It's a whole new ball game. But man, if they pull two wins out and they beat Tampa, the best team in the American League, you know, and they square up with either Houston or Chicago. I mean, Houston would be tough if they play Houston. But man, this Boston team just seems like they just, I don't know. I have that weird Boston feeling, and I don't like it. But I don't know. They just kind of give me that like we've got something to prove to everybody because they're another surprise team, just like the Giants were. They didn't expect Boston to play that well this year, and maybe this is of course they'd have to beat LA or whoever else to win the whole thing. LA, San Fran, Atlanta, or Milwaukee, but so speaking of Atlanta, Milwaukee, I did get to watch most of game one yesterday. Didn't really get to watch a whole lot of game two today. Um, Take that back. Vice versa. Didn't get to watch a whole lot of game one yesterday. Watched about half of game two today. And I saw when everybody scored. So game one, I saw the Rowdy Tellez home run. Burns on fire. 6 innings, no earned runs. Hader comes in for the save. Just a good pitching duel a good pitching match between Corbin Burns and who did Atlanta pitch yesterday? Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton. Yeah, it was just a really good game. Charlie Morton was who they threw. Max Fried threw today, and Max Fried just 9K, just shutting him down. I saw the Austin Riley home run, but I do think this series is going all five. I think they're going to split in Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta's just going to run away with it. Let's see who they got going on Monday. Atlanta's got Ian Anderson. Milwaukee to be determined. They're probably going to throw Peralta. And then let's see who. Nobody has announced for Game 4 yet. So, yeah, I think that series going Game 5 just not a whole lot of scoring, not a whole lot of like crazy offense. Milwaukee's got good pitching. Atlanta probably has a little bit more offense than Milwaukee does just on paper, but I think Atlanta's pitching will be able to might be able to hold it. Milwaukee it's not a big offensive team, so I think that's I don't think that Atlanta's pitching so great as more as that. At least from what I know. I don't know. Like I said before in the other couple of videos, these are just raw videos. Okay, no editing, no nothing. I'm not diving into numbers. I don't know a lot of stats off the top of my head. I know that Milwaukee's got good pitching, right? So move right along. So obviously, last but not least, Giants Dodgers, the series that everybody all loves to see, the biggest hype series. I think this series is going 5-2. San Francisco with a big win yesterday. I think the Buster Posey home run in the first just kind of like set the tone. Logan Webb, I mean, who the heck is this guy, to be quite honest? 10 strikeouts. Strikes out strikes the World Series champions out 10 times, in a playoff game. Unbelievable. So I don't know. Who knows? I do I fully believe in the San Francisco? I mean, they're my team. They're my National League team. Do I, if I had to put my paycheck on it, if I had to put every penny in my bank account, yeah, I don't want to do that. But my heart says, let's go Giants. Um, for some reason they pull off these two games in LA. Do I think they're going all the way? It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. It's anybody's. I really think this playoff, all 8 teams in this playoffs right now, I think it's really like anybody's thing. I think it's anybody's game. There's just nobody. Even though the Giants and Dodgers have the best record, but they get the two best teams in baseball playing each other right now. So once one of these teams goes, it's like, and if like Tampa for some reason falls off, it's just anybody's ball game. So as far as tonight's game goes, that 6th inning, Dodgers put up 4 runs, or they put 4 in that inning. Let's see. Was it? I think maybe they put. Let's see. Yeah, they put 4 runs in that 6th inning. Giants try to get something going, and you never make third out of third. Wilmer Flores was just trying to be, just keep the train moving. Okay, there was just too much he was trying to do. Just get to second base. There was already 2 outs. Let's just keep the train moving and see what happens after that. I think that just kind of just changed the whole momentum of the game. Hopefully it doesn't change the whole momentum of the series, but I think if he had just stayed at second base, it would have just kept us a little bit more in that inning, and maybe it keeps us more in the ball game. So anyway, so yeah, that's all I got really for this. We'll see what happens in Game 3s. Let's see, who do we got tomorrow? Obviously, we got the Rays and Red Sox. Rasmussen against Eovaldi. That's why I'm saying with the Red Sox, man, Eovaldi's the perfect guy to go in this Game 3 and just keep you in this series and, keep up with these Rays. And I don't really know a whole lot about Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros. I don't know. Dylan Cease, 13-4, 3.91, 226 strikeouts this year. Dylan Cease I've seen him pitch, just the games I've watched, and he's got some pretty good stuff for a young guy. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't know too much about Luis Garcia. He was 11-8 this year, 3.30 ERA. Let's look at his WHIP. Let's see. Postseason WHIP from last year, 2021 stats, 1.17. So career of 1.16. You never know. You just never know. But I think the Astros, Sox at least. I think Sox got to pull one game out of this, and then we'll see what happens in Game 4. Who do they got in Game 4? Nobody's announced that. Red Sox Rays haven't announced for Game 4 either. So I don't know much about. I think it's Dave Rasmussen. I don't know much about him. I know he came from Milwaukee. He came in the Adames trade. Yeah. 0-1, 4.24. This guy a relief pitcher? Yeah. So, anyways, leave some comments. Please subscribe. Like I said, these are just some raw videos. Took some notes and thought I'd talk some baseball up on a Saturday night. So leave some comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Tomorrow I got some 2021 Chrome coming in. I'm gonna open that up. Ordered some blasters from Target and gonna do that. Maybe I'll do it live. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.